I'm Krampus. This is Sam. That's Jason. You're listening to Fall Now Radio.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
If you're not of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, you're not welcome here.
In the middle of the night, ghosts try to talk to me.
It's interdimensional, so we are living in a multi-dimensional environment.
He's bending down, doing something. He says he sees a shadow. He turns around and there's nobody there.
The power of Christ commands you.
I want you to tell me whether you remember what happened to you when you died.
I went blind, then I had an hemorrhage, and I fell asleep, and I died in a chair, in the corner downstairs.
How can we kill you, Bill?
My faith, God.
Well, welcome back to the podcast. We are joined with a special guest tonight. You're actually going to become a regular on the show. Like, anytime Marcus doesn't show up, I'm just going to call Wheezy. And he'll be on the show. But,
his radio voice came on so freaking fast.
Aaron Baker.
For that. It was just out of nowhere.
Aaron Baker and Marcus is back on the podcast, and we already talked yesterday about how we took it was like we were forced to take the whole freaking month off due to all the crap we went through.
I don't know, I didn't hear the podcast.
Yeah, we didn't put it out yet.
COVID messed everything up.
But tonight we are actually talking about a really cool subject, and this gets along the lines with, now we were just basically trying to save Halloween. Is we launched, starting last year, we've been trying to launch like a Halloween series. And we did well last year. Got a lot of listeners last year.
It was okay.
Yeah. And we wanted to do another one this year, but due to coronavirus and all the crap, it just sucked.
Yeah.
And but Marcus is back. I'm back, and you're here.
Totally here.
And today we are talking about the murders at Lake Bodom, and this has to do a lot with the origins of Jason, right?
Yeah. Like, that literally spawned Friday the 13th.
Right.
Or the inspiration for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is this is basically one of the top picks for our schedule for Halloween.
Yeah.
Is Marcus really wanted to do this. We wanted to jump into more than one horror icon. But I think as time goes on after this podcast, we'll just jump into more and more until we get to Thanksgiving. And then we are launching a totally cool Christmas series as well, getting into lore,
Christmas lore, nice.
Christmas lore, yeah, which I think is pretty cool. Now, that being said, who's going to start us off?
Let's have Marcus go ahead and do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you guys even research anything?
No, I
know he didn't.
I did.
You did? Okay, good.
Yeah,
I got the gist of everything, but yeah. So here we go, Marcus.
Me and him had a meeting.
Let's CC
Yeah, we had a meeting.
You had a meeting?
We had a meeting, and we gave me a little rundown. But
you're like really quick, just trying to find everything.
Yeah.
Hurry.
It's like, this happened, and that happened.
I was like, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But that's about it.
All together.
Yeah, I basically read the back of the book.
The back of the book.
Just read the cover. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So, where do we want to start? With me here?
Well, let's start with how it all happened, and then we'll get into...
It was a warm day in Finland.
And some of what they took away for the movie. Yeah.
Well,
Four teenagers.
When we first started this whole deal, like, we thought about doing like horror icons and the real stories behind them, like what inspired them, and like Jason has always been like one of the top like iconic horror characters.
Right.
The hell are you looking at?
I'm trying to look at your mic.
It's creeping me out. I was like, what is over there? You can't hear me? No?
I don't know. It just doesn't look like you're coming up on there, bro.
I know. I was looking at that. You look loud as hell.
I know. I don't know. Turn your gain up a little bit.
No, you didn't put it all the way to the right like you told us to.
Oh.
Who, me? Well, hold on. Right. There
you go. At least we fixed it now.
I just got loud.
Did it get louder?
Yeah, I did.
Mine looks
there you go.
like
All right, so whatever Marcus just said, you guys.
So
I'm not
anyway,
editing that audio. I'm just letting
you
it
can
run.
hear me. It's probably real quiet. But like Jason has like always been one of the most iconic horror icons there is out there. Like if you ask anybody, you know, like what's the top horror icons? Of course,
Michael Myers.
Yeah, Michael Myers, Jason, Leatherface. You know, people like that. Freddy Krueger. What you guys? You guys are like weirding me out. Keep looking back and forth all over. You're making me
After all the
self-conscious.
terrible shit that happened last night.
Put it all the way to the right. Is it on the right? All the way to the
Oh
right.
God! Okay, we're still,
Yeah.
we're still doing this.
There you go. Try it now. Say hello.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
Trying to like get into this and like staggering, still trying to get everything ready.
We're like so freaking traumatized at our past failures in the podcast.
Well, like the
we're like
past
watching
two.
everything.
Like you were saying, the last one was kind of a nightmare, and the
Yeah.
one before, what, the Ghosts of the Living?
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
It was an hour and a half of just staggering through
Yeah.
the whole
And then last night we didn't even do this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
because of
last
bullshit.
night we couldn't even get to it.
We're all traumatized.
Just like, no, we're going home. Do it
That
tomorrow.
was me. That was I called it. I was like, I'm tapping out. You guys can do it.
I know.
I gotta work.
I'm sitting here all bummed out, like
By himself. Just hit
So
the camera
close.
on.
I know.
I'm
All right.
Zidali Nick, and
And this is not Fallen Hour.
and I'm about to pull a rabbit out of my ass.
So anyway,
Get going, Mark.
Anyway, okay.
the children of Bodom Lake.
All right.
Yes.
So anyway, but yeah, no, I was actually watching. I was flipping through channels, and I saw just a glimpse of Jason. You know, and I was like, oh, you know, I stopped and I started watching it. And I saw it was actually a documentary, and that is when I actually found out like this is actually based on a true story. I always kind of thought like maybe it was inspired by something that
Right.
happened, but I never actually knew the story. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, dude, we got to do this like for Halloween. That's kind of what spawned the whole idea.
Mhm.
Like, let's do these horror icons. But what it came from was the murders at Lake Bodom. And I know CL doesn't know about that because he made that very clear today. I was going to say, you guys know about this? But anyway, what it was a murder that happened in 1960 in Finland.
Yeah, in the 60s.
In the 60s in Finland. A couple campers, you know, a couple teenagers go camping at Lake Bodom in Finland.
Yeah, it was like two couples.
Yeah, two couples go camping in Lake Bodom, and 3 of them were murdered, but 1 survived.
Right, and this is the Finland's most famous murder.
Yeah, Finland's most famous murder.
Yeah, it's still an unsolved case. Too.
Right.
Mhm. It's kind of unsolved, but they kind of know who did it. It's just horrible.
Right.
Like they
There was
handled
only
it
like 3
horribly.
suspects.
Yeah, 4.
Right.
4 suspects
4?
that I know of. Yeah, about 4 suspects. But
Yeah, whatever. All right.
but anyway, the story goes that you know, these kids, you know, they got some drinks and stuff, and they went to go camping at Lake Bodom, and some jogger found them. You know, the next
Right.
morning, they found he came running by, and he found, you know, just this massacre. You know, 3 people laying dead, and one of them was the only one that lived, and
He was unconscious.
yeah, he was unconscious.
And
actually,
Wheezy told me that there was 2 guys and 2 girls, like a couples thing, right?
yeah.
Yep.
There was Mila, Nils, Anya, and Seppo. Now Mila and Nils, they're a couple,
They're a couple.
and Anya and Seppo, they were the other couple.
Mm-hmm.
Now Nils, he was the only one that survived, and they kind of started speculating that maybe he did the murder because his you know, his
shoes were found like a mile away.
Yeah, his shoes were found like a mile away.
Yeah.
Like just like a lot of weird things. Like he survived, and his injuries weren't even as bad as theirs. Like he had a broken jaw,
Mm-hmm.
but that was about it.
Oh, strange.
And the other ones were brutally murdered. Like they were basically beaten with they said like a blunt object,
And then stabbed.
stabbed multiple times.
Wow.
And his
Just in case that
girlfriend,
didn't hurt enough, let's stab you.
yeah, and his girlfriend actually got the worst of it. She was stabbed, I don't know how many times, and they said that she was stabbed even after she was dead, like multiple times.
Interesting.
Like somebody just went ham on this chick.
Yeah, they say usually when someone murders somebody, if they use anything besides a gun and they use something little more physical, like a knife or something, then it's usually someone you know.
Yeah.
Personal.
Right. And
Now, they were
especially when
saying
they
that
stab you in the stomach.
It had to be someone they known, because where the murder took place, where they were camped, you can't even see this spot from the road, the trail that goes around this lake.
Oh, right.
It is behind the trees, and it's like a ways down. It's a good drop down. You won't even be able to see where they're camping unless you actually really came close to it, like went off the trail. And so they're kind of figuring maybe it was somebody that they knew.
Right.
Yeah.
What did they detail of where these stab wounds were on their bodies or anything like that?
It was just all over the place.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Wow.
From what I was reading, not only did he stab him, but he started stabbing them and beating them through their tent.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They were asleep in the tent and just started going through the tent and just was randomly hitting people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Till he got through.
That's insane.
But the girl, Niels' girlfriend, was on top of the tent, and she had nothing on below her waist. She was basically just probably like a shirt on or something, and then naked from the waist down. And she got the worst of it.
Wow. Strange.
She was laying on top of the tent, and he was laying kind of across her, on top of her. Niels was the only one that survived.
When they found him?
When they found him,
Interesting.
And it was some carpenter. He was just jogging that morning around like I think 11 o'clock, and he found them. But the murder supposedly happened between 4 and 6, because there was a couple I think bird watchers.
The fishermen is what I heard.
You heard of fishermen?
Yeah.
Oh, everything that I read, it was 2 bird watchers. They said that they saw a collapsed tent, and they saw somebody blonde walking away from it. And
Blonde.
they said they thought they saw someone laying on the tent, but they didn't really think anything of it until this jogger found them.
Wow.
But yeah, that's what I ended up finding.
A blonde male or female?
Male.
And that was him.
Which is everybody in Finland.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, we'll kind of get into detail here. We'll go through some of the suspects. The first suspect that I found, his name was Vladimir Gilstrom, I think is how you pronounce his name. But he was a kiosk keeper, like he owned a kiosk, and they said he was just kind of just a really violent person in general.
Yeah, I heard he threw rocks at kids and shit.
Yeah, like he'd throw rocks at kids and stuff that people that were camping there, he would throw rocks at them and yell at them and chase them off. Even people on his street.
So he was known to be in the area anyways.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, he's always like that, just very violent. That's what they said. They just said he was like a very violent person and basically just hated everybody.
Wow.
So he was he was a suspect. And
Hans Assman.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, this Vladimir guy, he became a suspect, and they went and searched his house, and they didn't find anything, but they found a well that he had there, and he just basically
filled it with
up.
concrete.
Yeah, filled it up with dirt and concrete.
Okay, but there was nobody missing from the site, right?
No, they were all there.
It was just they had some things stolen, like the wallet. Their wallets were stolen, and the keys to their motorcycle was stolen, but the motorcycle never left. And then Neil's shoes got taken.
Yeah, Neil's shoes were missing. Their wallets were missing, and Seppo's leather jacket, I think, was missing.
Yeah, I heard some clothing.
And the weird thing is, they found all these things, like not all these things, but some of these clothes. Maybe like 500. 500 yards
It
away?
was like a half a mile away.
Like a half mile away, and it was partially buried. Like somebody didn't take the time to try to hide these things. It was like somebody was in a rush.
Oh, right.
Trying to shove them somewhere and hide them really quick.
Yeah, one of the things was Neil's shoes were a half a mile away.
Yeah.
And they had already had blood on them.
Yeah. But the funny thing is his blood weren't on these shoes.
Everybody else's was.
Everybody else's blood were on these shoes, and it wasn't splattered. It was like wiped. Like maybe somebody had blood on their hands and went to take the shoes off, and there was blood smeared all over them.
Right.
But no fingerprints.
Wow.
Yeah. Sketchy. And they're saying that, they looked inside the shoes, inspected the shoes. All the blood was on the outside. There was nothing on the inside. So they figured, the killer must have been wearing these shoes when he killed these people. And I don't know how they came up with this, but they're thinking maybe the killer put his shoes on, killed them, went and hid the shoes somewhere, and then left them there to die.
That's a strange
Doesn't
theory.
that sound stupid? Like, my first thought would be this Niels guy, like, right away.
Right, but I'm having trouble of like, how often were they at this lake? And
these people or people in general?
Them,
I don't know, but like, this is actually a very popular place, and like, you know, there's campers and stuff there all the time.
Right.
So, you know, there's people there.
So, do you think was there other campers in the area when this happened? Is that why
there was?
Is that why they think that he buried this stuff?
Actually, there was. They said that, you know, they were drinking. You know, his story was that only him, Niels, and Seppo were drinking, and the girls didn't drink anything. And he was kind of, I don't know, looking for a fight. Niels was,
right,
and I guess he kind of started a fight with some other campers nearby. But, you know, I don't think anything really came of that. But then later on, you know, they ended up finding him.
Because it's kind of odd that he would go and bury the stuff and then try to rush back to.
Well, what I thought was maybe he did kill them. You know, like maybe he tried, you know, killing these people, and then realized, like, halfway down the road when he took off running, realized that he'd be the first suspect. You know, he was there with them. Why'd he leave? You know, and he has, you know, blood all over his shoes and stuff. So maybe he tried to stage a robbery. Took the wallets,
to take
took some of their stuff, went, stashed them how far away, stashed his shoes because there's evidence on them, and then ran back and made it look like he was a victim also.
I wonder what the blunt object was that he used, because there was no weapons at the scene.
Yeah. Well, there was a murder, like, I think a little before this, and it was, like, said that somebody died by knife wounds and a blunt object, so maybe he just took that idea and kind of said, like, oh, you know, this happened too, you know.
But what did he do with the knife?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they even had. I guess there was like a military base somewhere close to here, and they even had people from the military and all that combing the area trying to find these murder weapons and all that, and they couldn't even find them. They even combed the whole lake, the water, the surrounding areas, everything, and they couldn't find the murder weapons.
Did they ever find his shoes? Was he without shoes or anything?
Yeah, he was barefoot when they found him, laying by the other dead campers. But his shoes were gone. They were about half a mile away, and it had all their blood on it. But
right, yeah.
Do you guys think you can fucking bludgeon yourself to where your jaw breaks?
I mean, it could have been.
Some people were thinking, oh, maybe he hurt himself to make himself look like a victim. But I found out that he was kind of having, you know, problems with his friend Seppo. Like, there was a thing going on between them because he was accusing his girlfriend and Seppo of messing around.
So do you think that happened that night, that he found Seppo in her tent?
That's what I was kind of
thinking. Is that why her pants were gone?
Maybe. Well, from what I seen, they were all sharing one tent.
It was strange, I see.
Yeah. But he wasn't in the tent.
So where was he this whole time when this was going on, if this was
maybe
going on?
Maybe he left, like maybe something happened, maybe they argued and he left and he came back and found them doing something. Maybe that's why she had no clothes on. And that's probably why she got the worst of it.
Maybe he peeked in because maybe he thought him and his girlfriend were doing it and didn't want to interrupt them, right? Right? Do you think that's happening?
Well, yeah, it's just funny the way you said that. Yeah, like maybe he did. Maybe he caught them.
Right. Maybe he thought that Seppo was with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
and they were doing the dirty, and he didn't want to interrupt them.
Yeah,
and then he just peeked in and then saw Seppo with his girlfriend. Right, and then just went wild on him.
Yeah, that's a theory. Another one is maybe he confronted them, and maybe they got into a scuffle. Maybe they did fight outside of the tent, and maybe Seppo broke his jaw.
Right.
During this altercation, maybe he broke his jaw.
Maybe knocked him out.
And then Niels pulled the knife out and stabbed him, or hit him with a rock first.
Wow.
Maybe he got up, hit him with a rock, knocked him out, then killed the other two, stabbed the hell out of them, stabbed the hell out of the girl, and then placed it to make it look like they were murdered.
And do you remember why he said he had the injuries? He said he was like trying to crawl out of the tent and he kicked him in the face or something like that.
Oh, I can't remember.
Was Seppo in the tent when they found him all?
Yeah, everybody was in the tent except for Neil and his girlfriend.
She was laying on top of the tent and he was laying across her.
Oh, interesting.
So basically, like, like my thought was maybe he killed them and he took off running in a panic trying to get away, and realized, well, if they find out like he's not there, they'll arrest him, in all this, and so maybe he tried to stage the whole thing, make it look like it was a random murder and robbery.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I wonder how that scuffle went. Like if Seppo maybe knocked him outside of the tent, and then maybe he was knocked out or something. He went back inside of the tent, closed it, and that's when he started bludgeoning.
So you're thinking that Seppo knocked him out and then tried to get down with his girl and, and he caught him? Is that what you're saying? He was knocked out outside the tent while that was going on?
No, I think that he was already getting down with his girl, and then Niels caught them. Seppo comes out, maybe knocks him out because he broke his jaw.
Yeah.
So it's possible that this dude got knocked out.
Yeah.
Left him laying outside.
They said he did have a concussion.
Right. And maybe left him outside, laying outside of the tent because this guy's knocked out. They're drinking. They're drunk. So maybe he's good. He's done for. So he's left him outside and went back in the tent. Niels wakes up, finds an object to go wild in this tent with, and then does that.
Then there would have to be evidence too. You'd think Seppo would have marks on his knuckles and stuff from fighting.
Oh, right.
And all the things I read was they thought that Neil inflicted his own injuries because
but can you break your own jaw?
Right. I was like, that's fucking
thinking
crazy.
about that.
And that's why.
Well, I think he tried to stab himself or cut his leg because they said his injuries weren't even that bad. It was like scratches.
Right.
And they said, he had like a big gash on his face, but it was like a scratch. And like seeing his pictures that next day, he looked fine. He just had something wrapped around his head. He was fine. He could walk. He could talk. Everything, but he just had a broken jaw.
Wow.
So that was my thought is he probably killed them.
Yeah. If he was to do that to himself, then if in case that he wasn't able to make his own injuries, it's like, how do you get the broken jaw?
Yeah.
And the one probably strong enough to break his jaw is inside of the tent.
Yeah.
So it's like, did he drag him back into there? Was it evidence of him dragging a body or anything? You know what I mean?
No, like the way that police handled this whole thing, like it was just
they didn't have a whole
very good
bunch
job
of experience.
Yeah, it was like
because
all
violent shit
inexperienced.
doesn't really happen in Finland,
right?
Yeah,
until the Germans got there.
But anyway, he this whole thing happened.
Or no, it was the Russians, huh?
But anyway, there was another suspect. His name was Han. You want to tell him the name? I know you've been dying to say this.
Hans Assman.
I want to say Osman.
It's probably
it's
Osman.
literally spelled Assman.
It's spelled Assman.
But anyway, he was an alleged KGB spy and former Nazi.
Wow.
Potential political ties reason for his dismissal because he was basically dismissed from this whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Like he was, he lived several kilometers from the Lake Bodom, from the shore. And, hold on, I'm reading my notes here. It's kind of all over the place.
Right.
At least don't hear your.
Yeah, and he was a guard at Auschwitz.
Yeah, that's right. He was a guard at Auschwitz.
Wow.
Yeah. You want to talk? Oh, I got to do something really quick. Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh. Yeah. But I think it was his wife or something like that vouched for him being home. And so they didn't have anything.
So he was the only one basically with a good alibi then.
Yeah.
Because
great alibi.
Right, because when police come and do that stuff, I mean.
Well, the first dude too, his wife vouched for him that he was home the whole time. And it's funny because this guy.
This was Hans. Yeah, Hans. He basically what his wife said when she was dying was saying that he forced her to say that he was at home in bed with her when this whole murder happened.
Interesting.
Right.
But she later came out and said that he forced her to lie. He threatened to kill her, and that he wasn't there.
Right. Then the other guy that threw the rocks at the kids, he admitted to doing the murder.
Yeah.
And his wife said that he threw all that stuff in the thing, right? Or was that him admitting that? I can't remember.
Oh, inside of his well?
It is well.
Okay, so the first guy, he was just kind of a really violent person, so they kind of suspected that he did it.
Right.
But he was kind of weird. Like they're wondering why he would fill up this well with concrete and dirt and everything, And then he confessed to this murder, but they didn't believe him, and he later killed himself by drowning in the lake.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And this other guy, this Hans guy, didn't he commit suicide too?
I'm not sure. I don't think he did.
No.
And these guys were all unrelated to each other.
What?
They didn't have any relation to each other, did they?
No, none of the guys did.
Interesting.
No, he was suspected, but everything, they just kind of looked the other way because they were thinking like his political ties were the reasons why he kind of got away with it.
Interesting.
If he was the person.
I wonder if his wife said anything about when he told her not to say anything. Like, did he say it that night when he got home, or did he say it only when the police started coming around?
Maybe when the police started coming around.
Right.
Because he was probably off doing something.
It doesn't really specify.
He actually was in Germany during another murder. And on top of that, he supposedly killed somebody else. Like, he had ties to like several other murders.
Well, if he's a spy, you got to think he's got to kill somebody.
He's KGB and he worked at Auschwitz.
Yeah. So this guy was not a good guy.
No, he knows his way around some murder.
But he later confessed, saying that, there was this murder that happened, and he said it was an accident. He's like, yeah, we killed her, but it was an accident. We just had to stage it as a murder because of his KGB spy duties.
Interesting.
So they had to try to make it look like something else happened.
Oh my god, this guy's
just to keep his cover.
This guy's insane.
Yeah. So this is what I mean. The story is nutty as hell, man. It's just crazy. So you got like this crazy, weird, violent guy that just hates everybody, throws rocks at kids.
Just
he confesses to the murder. They don't believe him. He kills himself in the lake. And then we have this other guy who's a KGB spy who kills all these other people, but he didn't kill these ones.
Right.
It's like,
but his wife thinks he did.
Yeah, but his wife thinks he did.
I had to cover all this up because my boss would have got mad at me or something.
But yeah, he said that I did these other murders, but I didn't do this one.
Wow.
And my wife's gonna vouch for me.
And he never had any justice brought to him at all for any of these other murders either. Because he was political figure and a spy.
Probably had some dirt on some people.
Wow.
So yeah. But there was another suspect. Some of these are just shortened because I don't know how to pronounce the whole names. But
just call him old Assman.
Pente. I'm gonna call him Pente. He was a maintenance man. And he was actually 15 around the time of this murder, around this these kids getting murdered. And when he was in prison, when he was 24 years old, he came out and said, "Yeah, I killed those campers and stuff when I was 15 years old," and confessed to it. But they didn't believe him. He had several other horrible felonies and all this and that. But they're thinking he's just some psychopath and he just wanted all this glory and stuff.
Right. Maybe he did do it though. He's kind of small. He's 15. Maybe that's why he bludgeoned him while they were still in the tent first.
Right, because he's too small.
Yeah, could be.
Pulling a G thing and slicing open the tent first and be like, well, what up?
Right.
But he had no ties to these people, and they were saying you'd have to know where they were. Right. Where they were camped, you'd have to know that they were there.
Right.
And they basically dismissed this whole thing, just said, no, we don't even believe you. He probably just wants this glory, want to be known as some serial killer. And on the anniversary of these murders, he hung himself in jail.
Wow.
Yeah, so
crazy.
It just keeps getting crazier and crazier. All these suspects and stories.
They're all connected to this whole thing.
Yeah, they're all somehow trying to confess to this murder, or they have alibis, but it's just they all have these crazy background stories.
And it's like
a game of Clue. It really is.
It's like they were all doing something odd on that night.
Yeah, it's just a random band.
That Neil guy, he didn't even go to trial for it till in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, 2004.
2004.
Wow.
Yeah.
2004. They finally came back and said, "You know what? You're a suspect." After he was gone for how long?
And this happened 40 years later.
And they arrested
44
him
years
too.
later.
44 years later.
They arrested him too, so he had to wait in prison until his trial.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They arrested him, and he was in prison for a year. And they're saying all this evidence coming forward, it ties him to the murder. So it's I don't see how they couldn't see that in the very beginning. It's when I read about it and everything, I was like, this is so obvious. It's this kid, man.
Right.
But he got away with it. And even seeing his picture the next day, when he's sitting, in the hospital, he has a smile on his face.
Whoa.
Dude was just smiling.
Did you see the picture though of the description of who they said was in the tent, the blonde guy.
Oh yeah.
Like they had a sketch artist do like a description of him.
Yeah.
And then at one of the girls' funerals later that week, they have a picture of a guy that looks exactly like the
there was
drawing in
the
there.
Hans. That was Hans.
Was that Hans?
Yeah, it was Hans.
Wow.
It was Hans. HEB.
I think somebody just picked him out and said that.
Right.
I think it was Hans or
it was Hans.
They chose him because he was the most.
I want to say that was
fitted.
Hans. But yeah, anyway, they come back and they arrest Niels and say, "We know you did it," and he supposedly confessed to the police. And the reason why they arrested him was because I guess he got drunk and confessed to somebody saying, I killed those kids when I was 18 years old.
Wow.
And told him the whole story and told him that there was a scuffle. He did get his jaw broke and then he killed them.
Mm-hmm.
So then this whole story kind of came together. So they arrest him, and then when he was in the interrogation room, he confessed, saying he killed them. But when he went to trial, he just denied everything. Literally, like the next day, he just started denying it, saying they're lying.
Wow.
They didn't have enough proof to...
Right, because there's no proof of him.
I don't remember what happened. I don't remember. The only thing he'd say is, I don't remember.
Wow. Yeah, because there's no proof of him actually confessing.
Ever since he was 18, I don't remember. That was his story. I don't remember anything. Well, then how do you not remember if you killed them? Like what if you did and you just don't remember it? No, that's not possible. I was knocked out or something. He's like trying to make something up.
No, I'm pretty sure I was unconscious the whole time.
What he said he did remember, though, is I think he said he remembers getting dragged out of the tent and getting hit, and he turned around and he just saw some guy walking toward him with glowing red eyes.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. And he told them this when he was hypnotized. They hypnotized him to try to get information out of him.
Wow.
And that's the only thing he said. That's the only thing he can remember.
Glowing red eyes.
So for 44 years, he just kept the same story. I don't remember, but I remember some guy with red eyes. So then that's where this whole, kind of urban legend started spawning.
Yeah, good God, forget the freaking murders. Like, what if that's actually true? What if there's a freaking guy with red eyes walking around over there?
Fucking come out of the lake and beat us senseless.
Freaking Jason's
my
real.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
We were going to have a 4-way that night and got ruined.
God.
It was the 60s, man. Shit was crazy back then.
Well, yeah, it was the 60s.
Just get naked and feel around.
In the dark.
Oh my God, you're horrible. But anyway, he this is the only thing he remembered was seeing some guy with red eyes and then just getting his, excuse my language, but getting his shit rocked and then
right. So how did he end up back in the
just
tent?
Just got
then?
scratched with the knife, but he didn't get stabbed.
No, he was on top of the tent.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Oh, they found him on top of the tent.
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of aligns with what he's saying, though.
Well, I mean, he probably laid there and kind of thought this thing through for a few hours.
Just lay on these bodies and think about
So
this.
when they find me, I'm just going to tell them, I don't remember.
Fucking murder all your friends, then lay there with their corpses forever.
God, I know. Like, I was thinking about how horrible that is.
It's like some Ed Gein shit.
Well, they say
That
usually,
is,
too,
twisted.
as well, when someone murders a loved one or someone close to them, a woman does
stick
this,
around.
Is they usually cover them up. But I don't know none of that happened. But they usually, there's a lot of these telltale signs of, like, if it was someone close to them.
Yeah.
A woman usually covers the face. I'm not sure what actually men do, but when it's someone very close to them, they usually use a knife. And then, especially if they have stab wounds in their stomach, then that's a huge telltale sign that it's personal.
Right.
Yeah. Well, she had stab wounds
Everywhere.
in her stomach.
Yeah.
Like multiple. And then they said she died, and then he still just kept stabbing the hell out of her.
Wow.
So that's what like makes me believe maybe he was jealous. Maybe he did accuse them and just took it all out on her.
Right.
Stabbing the hell out of her. So that was my thought. It's probably him. But anyway, he was in jail, for a year, and then around, I think he went to jail June. Was it June 2004?
I don't remember the dates.
But the trial started in August 2005, and he was convicted and put in jail And then in October, he was acquitted.
Wow.
So he just spent a year in jail. Because
really, he was good buddies with Hans Assman. Hans pulled some strings for him and got him out of there.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, they were saying due to tampered evidence and, just the way the case was handled, and it was like just literally amateur hour, he ended up getting away with it. But so basically everybody there, even, the courtroom and everything, saying this guy's guilty, but we can't put him in jail.
Right.
They was basically saying we failed.
Wow.
We know he killed him, but there's nothing we can do about it. Right. And let him go free again. And so he's currently living in Finland.
Free.
A free man.
He actually built a cabin on Lake Bodom.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right where the people died.
And that's where he lives.
Wow.
No, I'm just
I'll believe anything you say. I didn't read nothing. I'll believe anything you guys tell me.
And he said to walk around the grounds with a hockey mask. But that...
And he did have red eyes.
That's kind of what really inspired, Jason. The first Friday the 13th was this thought of a faceless killer, Nobody knows who it is, just massacred these people. And that's the fear, like you don't know who it is. It could be anybody.
Right.
And that's what kind of inspired the writers and stuff to make this movie.
Right.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. And even the thought of some demonic monster guy with red eyes killing these people and then just disappearing.
Right, because they do eventually make him have like some sort of paranormal elements to him.
Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he started out it's like it's like one of my favorite characters, favorite movies. Like he can ask anybody, who was the killer in Friday the 13th?
Mm-hmm.
And they'd answer
Jason.
Yeah.
Wrong. I knew you were going to say that. No, I was wrong. It was Jason's mom, actually. That was the killer in Friday the 13th.
Oh, really?
Freaking, you call yourself horror lovers.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't until the second one where he comes out of the
the second one. He comes out of the water at the very end in the first one.
I'm not a Jason fan. I'm a Michael Myers fan.
I love
Jason. I like Michael Myers.
But anyway,
hence
that was
Michael
like
Myers
the whole thought, was just this, it could be anybody. And then they make it like one of the most, during that time, it was just Broadway actress and one of the most loved, kind people out there. They're like, let's make her a killer.
Right. And it was perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. Dorothy Bates, is that her name?
Kathy Bates?
Kathy Bates, shut up. But yeah.
I love Kathy Bates, by the way. She's awesome.
You're an idiot. I'll look this up and it's going to be the wrong person. Yeah, wrong person.
What'd you put in? Kathy Bates?
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I would say Dorothy Bates. I don't know where that came from.
Dorothy Bates.
Just type in Friday the 13th. And
I
show
did.
You the fucking
Cast.
Shit.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking. Keep going.
So what do you think about this, Wheezy? Are you satisfied
Betsy
with...
Palmer. That's
Betsy
who it is.
Palmer.
Yeah, Betsy.
Are you satisfied with how this all played out? Do you have your own suspects? Or do you think that they got it down?
I think it was the black-eyed children. Got to him. I don't know. I think it might have been Neil.
I think it is.
The original?
Yeah.
The one who was there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was him.
He's just fishy.
It's a lot.
I'd like
the
to
other
think it
ones
was
are
Hans
weak.
Assman just because of the great name.
Yes, for the name.
The Assman murder.
Eating about them boobies, the Assman.
The Assman murder.
All the other suspects is too Scooby-Doo.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just too way over the top to be like, that can't be true. That can't be real.
Pick a high-ranking officer. That guy did it.
Yeah. It was the
jogger.
It was a KGB spy from Auschwitz.
Right?
Just sounds so crazy.
Why wasn't the jogger ever brought in for questioning?
I don't know.
Probably had an alibi.
Right.
Yeah.
He's probably at the
He's
pub.
out jogging.
Right.
He's out there fucking jogging some beers off.
What if all along it was the jogger?
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
But yeah, that I always thought that was kind of a crazy thing. These horrible events spawn these legendary movies.
Right.
So like that's why I really like doing the subject. It's just kind of crazy to see like the whole history and backstory of it. I like to like know what inspired them and stuff. It's pretty cool. Horrible, but
pretty
cool story.
Oh, that's about 40 minutes, huh? Right?
I don't know.
Or they're saying it's an hour. I don't know.
An hour and 40 minutes. I don't think we talked for an hour.
No, I don't think we did either.
No, probably 40 minutes.
A good 40 minutes. Yeah.
I was telling him like the that funny story with Betsy Palmer. She was on her way home. I think she was doing Broadway, and she was on her way home, I think, and her car just crapped out on her and died on the side of the road. And she was just like, the universe, please, just, I need another car. I just make a way. And 2 days later, they offered her this part for the movie.
Oh,
said,
right.
"Yeah, it's $1,000 a day. You'll, 10 days work and, $10,000. She was like, whatever, send me the script. And she read the script and she was like, this is crap.
I'll take the money though.
She was like, I don't want to do this. This is literal shit. She thought the script was horrible. And she's like, yeah, whatever, 10 days work, I'll do it. And now she's like an icon too.
Wow. That's freaking awesome. So is that all you guys have for these murders?
For the Lake Bodom murders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied?
Pretty much. I think that's pretty much where everything that...
Aaron, you got to show the camera your De Niro. He did it perfectly for Lethea last night. You got to show Marcus. You got to see his De Niro face. He did this weird face.
I can already tell he can nail it. Yeah. All you need to do is put a fig mole on his face and he's just
he was doing something like just something regular.
Say a little bit.
What?
Say a little bit.
A little bit.
Some sort of bodily function that just came up with this guy and he did that face. And I was like, oh my god, you look like
De Niro.
Fucking De Niro over here. Did you ever do De Niro impersonations? I was like, no.
So you got to start like tonight.
I'm horrible with impersonations.
He was telling me he does the No Sleep podcast, and they do a German accent. Is that what you said?
No, it's Time Suck.
Oh, Time Suck.
And the guy always does a Russian accent for Andre Chikatilo.
Right.
Oh, I finally checked that out. That Time Suck, and he has another one too, doesn't he? They tell these
scared
stories.
to death with his wife.
He says he does.
Shout out to Dan Cummins.
He tries to do the accent, and it just comes out.
It comes out British. I can't even do it. It's like my favorite character that he does on there. I can't even nail it.
Well, should we end the podcast here? Are you satisfied?
Are you satisfied?
Are you?
I feel like I didn't do enough for this podcast.
You just sat there and
listened.
listened.
Anyways, I hope you guys.
I was going to say you just sat there and took it, but that just sounded horrible. So you just sat there and listened.
I was asking all the questions the fans should be asking, and the police should have asked.
So what horror icon you want to do next?
Michael Myers.
Good mine.
Michael Myers should be dope.
Yeah, Michael Myers would be awesome.
Michael Myers.
And then if
My
there's,
favorite.
I'm not sure.
What actually inspired Michael Myers?
I have no idea.
But we can also do Leatherface and do.
I thought I was reading something, but I couldn't remember if it was that or somebody else.
Leatherface was Ed Gein, right?
Yeah.
But I know there's.
We already did it.
Yeah, we did an Ed Gein episode.
Yeah, I know there was inspiration for Freddy Krueger. There was inspiration for Chucky.
Yeah, all of them.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Even I found My Bloody Valentine.
Oh right.
I showed this guy, and I was like, well, I found it by accident.
And he sent me the real person.
Yeah. I sent them the picture of the person. And I was like, holy crap, dude, this is real, really?
Right. So I hope that we did save Halloween, and I totally hope that this episode is out either on Halloween night or sometime
by Halloween.
Yeah.
It'll be out the Monday after.
So is this going to be our Halloween special?
So happy Monday, everybody.
Is this our Halloween special? I don't know.
Yeah.
If we can save it and do something quickly, when I get this editing done, we'll do something. But if not, then you guys get this Halloween special.
Special.
Haku! Freaking cats.
These cats over there eating his pizza.
They never eat the pizza. They never touch it. Did he touch it or no?
He was eating it. I was watching him.
Gosh, damn it. Now I gotta make another
bad.
one. So I hope you guys followed along, and I hope you guys are out there listening, especially on podcasting platforms. And if you guys are out there listening on the podcasting platforms, make sure you visit us on Facebook at Fallen Hour, After Horizons on Fallen Hour, and you guys also have a YouTube channel as well, right?
Yeah, we do, but there's only like one or two things on there.
Right, that's at After Horizons, all caps, possibly.
All caps.
And we are planning on doing a weekly podcast and get back to it. And we are hoping that we get started actually this week. And also, if you guys are looking for unreleased episodes, we are starting to release episodes on patreon.com/fallenhour. And for the next person who subscribes to the Patreon, you guys get a free poster. I'll post that right now on the video. That being said, my name is Sid Elinik. This is Wheezy. That there is, I'll give you in. I'll say your name. That's Marcus, and you're listening to Fallen Hour Radio.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
If you're not of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, you're not welcome here.
In the middle of the night, ghosts try to talk to me.
It's interdimensional. So we are living in a multi-dimensional environment.
He's bending down, doing something. He says he sees a shadow. He turns around and there's nobody there.
The power of Christ compels you.
I want you to tell me whether you remember what happened to you when you died.
I went blind. Then I had an hemorrhage and I fell asleep. And I died in the chair in the corner downstairs.
How come you kill yourself?
By me, God.